Shalawam, all praises, all honor, and all glory be unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, yahawashi, BaHashem, qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalawam, CHASAAD, peace and mercy unto all of our Akim, unto the hopeful elect, to the house of David that are pushing this truth. And, excuse me. Found this article through the Spirit, this is from the DC clothesline, airing out Babylon's dirty laundry. And as you can see, it's about civil war, because that's what's coming to this place, man. This is ultimately how America, which is known in the Bible as Babylon the Great, will look. All right, it shall be utterly burned with fire. Civil war alert. Leftists openly plan mass execution of conservatives as Democrats release home addresses of Republican senators, man. All right. And this Democrat and Republican, it really goes back to ancient Rome. All right. It really goes back to ancient Rome, man. But I'm gonna read some of it and get some precepts. It says natural news: as leftists continue to lose political power in America due to elections, President Trump and Supreme Court nominations Brett Kavanaugh, their activists are becoming more militant and extremist. Now we've learned that left-wing groups are openly discussing mass executions and planned murders of prominent conservatives, and they're using Twitter to carry out the attacks. Twitter is just one of the several tech giants that selectively bans conservative speech, but refuses to remove radical left-wing users who openly call for violence and murder. For the political reasons, tech giants have decided to protect left-wing terrorist groups in America, becoming complicit in the escalation of the coming civil war. As just one example among hundreds, see this article from InfoWars. Kill Trump, hang him, hunt him. Facebook page doesn't violate Facebook community standards. Yeah, and you look at the Illuminati card games. One of the card games is Donald Trump being so-called assassinated. All right, rather executed by it says our snipers can drop you at any time. All right. Because all that Democrat and Republican, man, all that shit is bullshit, man. It really goes back to ancient Rome, because America is the modern day Roman Empire revived. All right, so this is the book of First Maccabees chapter 8. I'm going to jump around. It says, now Judas heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of immunity with all that came unto them. Right? Now the Romans are the Edomites, man. Now the original Romans are Japhites, Japhetic, Shimham and Japheth. They originally come from Japheth. All right, but over a process of time, Edomite took over. All right, devil Esau got up in there, man, and he became known as the Romans. Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, Caligula. All right, Nero. All of these were Edomites, man. All right. Verse 2, and that they were men of great valor. It was also told of him of their wars and noble acts which they have done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there. And by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from uttermost parts of the earth, till they have discomfited them and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. All right, and this goes into Rome's power. All right, when you read the book of Daniel, it also gives you an idea of Rome's power, man. When the Roman Empire came on the scene. Now this is Daniel 7 and verse 7. After this I saw in night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. All right, now this is talking about the ancient Roman Empire, man. All right. Beside this, how they had discomfited in battle Philip and Persis, king of Chittims, with others that lifted up themselves against them and had overcome them. How also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle, having 120 elephants with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army, was discomfited by them. Yeah, man, so the Romans, they came and they took down the Greeks, the Greco-Roman Empire, who the Greeks, all right, were also a people of color. But Esau got up in there too, Edomites, man. All right. And they became the Greeks known as Alexander the Great. All right. But when the Roman Empire came on the scene, it shut down the Greek Empire, who was ruling. The Greek Empire was ruling before the Romans came into power, which were the Greeks and the Romans are both Edomites, man, that were ruling at the time. All right. And they took him alive in covenant that he and such as reigned after him should pay a great tribute and give hostages, and that which was agreed upon in the country of India, Media, and Lydia, and of the goodliest countries which they took of him and gave the king Emenes. Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them. Yeah, because the Grecians were in power, but they were losing power. All right. they were losing power because it's prophesied that a fourth beast or a fourth kingdom would arise out of the sea or out of the nations, and that was the Roman Empire. All right. And that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be their servants unto this day. It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them. Verse, actually, let's go to Daniel 8. See what that says. So, Lucky, bear with me. This is Daniel 2 and 40. Actually, I started 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdued all things, and as iron that breaketh all these things, shall it break in pieces and bruise. That's speaking about the iron. That's speaking about the iron is speaking about the rule of the Roman Empire and how it took over the world at that time and became the superpower. All right. But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept amity, and also going back to their military might, because Esau's blessing is the sword. Now it's not hated blood, even shall blood pursue thee. So he ran around, and also going back to the blessing that Isaac gave Esau, to live by the sword and have the fatness of the earth. All right. First Maccabees 8 and 12. But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept amenity, and that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, and so much as all that heard their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reigned, and whom they would again they displace, finally that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all of this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Yeah, because before this, all the other kings that rose, they basically had kings or monarch. Alexander the Great was the king of the Grecians. Then when he died, 4 generals, Ptolemy, Seleucus, Cassander, and Lysimachus began fighting amongst each other for the kingdom. So you had 4 different kings. But in Rome, there were no kings. There were Caesars. All right. And nowadays, in our time, they're being called presidents. All right. 15. Moreover, how they had made them for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end that they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to them, and that there was no envy or emulation among them. Yeah, and that's the plebeians and patricians. But nowadays, in our times, it's being called Democrat and Republican. All right, these Edomites, man. All right, but you know what? The Most High, he's gonna make them fights amongst each other. That's part of the prophecy. Because another thing you're gonna find out about America is that America is the Roman Empire coming back. All right. This is Revelation 13. Let's see. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. All right, which will go into NATO and the EU, North Atlantic Treaty Organizations, and the European Union. All right. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, because you remember it started with Alexander the Great, who was known, he actually in a museum with a leopard hat on. All right. In the book of Daniel, it actually describes him as a leopard. All right. And his feet were as the feet of a bear, which goes into the Russians, Gog and Magog, who are not a part of the NATO and the EU. All right. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. All right. Because Satan is ultimately, they get their power from Satan on the left hand side. And I saw one of his heads as they were wounded to death, which is going into the fall of Rome, which some scholars say was 476 AD. And his deadly wound was healed. All the world wondered after the beast was happening during the Renaissance, when Satan was loose for a little season, man. All right. Let's see. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave the power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? Yeah, because that's what people say unto this day. They brag about the might of the American military. Well, at one time, the American military was the shit. You know, they had those nitrogen bombs, Fat Man, Little Man. These other nations were scared to buck up against Esau. But now they're bucking up against Esau, which proves that we're in the end. All right. Let's see here. This is verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right, 2 horns as a lamb's going into the Democrat and the Republican, man. They act like they're for the people, but really they're just the damn devil, you know. They're all about themselves, man. They're all about their own game, you know. So lock you. Let's get in that time of year again, man. I'm gonna have to get into the herbs. Get more into the herbs. You know, out around Rawchaa, get some of that ballerina tea. But excuse me. It says, now the Daily Caller reports that someone in the House of Representatives have doxed conservative U.S. senators by using a congressional computer to publish their home addresses and phone numbers to Wikipedia, Doxing means publishing someone's personal private information such as the location where they live, their social security number, or their private phone number. Importantly, doxing members of the U.S. Senate allows left-wing kill teams to physically locate where those senators live. Armed with this information and driven to violent hysteria by a complicit lying media, left-wing kill teams can assault the homes of U.S. senators while they sleep and attempt to execute those senators and their families. As this article shows below, left-wing activists are openly and explicitly discussing such plans on Twitter. And remind you, these are Edomites. Edomites on Edomites, man. Edomite on Edomite crime. All right? And they're not being banned by Twitter or other tech giants. The doc senators include Sen. Lindsey Graham, who gave a roaring speech yesterday condemning the dirty tactics of Democrats like Senator Feinstein, Mike Lee, and Orrin Hatch, the Daily Caller reports. They appear to be targeting Republican members of the committee after they questioned Judge Kavanaugh, a Hatch spokesperson told the Daily Caller News Foundation. A Lee staffer confirmed the senator's home address in Utah and personal cell phone number were posted to the public page. The doxing took place immediately after Senator Graham ripped into the Democrats at the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing yesterday. It was timed, in other words, to target those who are arguing for the defense of Brett Kavanaugh. While doxing alone is not a call for mass executions, there's more to the story. Radical left-wing thought leaders plot executions and murder tragedies on Twitter, and Twitter won't ban them. Call law, YAHAWAH, Shem Shai. Every way you look at it, this man is going down. Esau, who came from Abraham, Isaac, man. Esau, our evil, wicked twin brother who was cursed with leprosy, man. You're going down. At every angle you look at it, you're going down. And now the Most High is turning you devils against each other, man. All right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Yeah, man, you're going to put the Democrats against the Republicans, which is the modern-day plebeians and patricians. All right? The Antifa versus the veterans, the South versus the North. The Most High is putting the curses on you devils, man. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, ultimately, Russia's going to get involved. It's going to be Russia against America, against the Israelis who are Jewish, who are Amalekites, who are also Edomites. The Most High is about to make all you devils kill each other, man. Call law, YAHAWAH, Shem Shai. The full extent of the planned violence and mass executions become apparent when you see what's being openly discussed on Twitter. Writer Deborah Hine has uncovered truly shocking details that she describes in a September 27 article on PJ Media. It begins communist agitators took to Twitter this week to brainstorm strategies for violent armed insurrection against their perceived enemies. Hold up, but that's in the scriptures, man. that's the times that we live in, and we're living in times of war. See, Slocky, I don't really use this web page, but since it came up, I'll deal with it, you know. This is 2 Esdras 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. So we're near the end. You know, Esau, the so-called white man, he's the end of the world, but Jacob, we're the beginning of it that follow it. So this is more, this is further signifies that we're at the end of this man's rulership, because it's prophesied that there'll be uproars of the people, Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right. Dr. Bones, the co-host of the Far Left podcast, The Guillotine, started the conversation going with his 5,000 plus Twitter followers, Bones asks a quick little question for military-minded lefties. Should leftists train, organize, and insurgent focus where they blend into a civilian population for potential attacks, or more malicious structure focus on holding, maintaining turf? As PJ Media reports, this left-wing group with over 15,000 Facebook followers called for ambushes and assassinations against conservatives. The two hosts go by, which Esau is basically doing all this to, further his agenda, his new world order out of chaos. All right, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, but what's beautiful is that the Most High ultimately got you devils killing each other, man. As PJ Media explains that, because just like you devils had us in Mandingo fighting when you watch the movie Django, we're gonna do the same thing to you in the kingdom of heaven, which will be lived out, I should say, on the planet Earth. And the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the people that you look down upon and call niggers and spics, will be your future slave masters. All right, that's what's coming. Their pair seems to be huge fans of mass murdering communists, dictators, and revolutionaries like Mao Zedong and Che Guevara. Here are some of the suggestions from Dr. Bones, the apparent leader of the left-wing group, now calling for execution squads to murder prominent conservatives. Hey, quick little question for military-minded lefties. Should leftists train, organize, and insurgent focus where they blend into civilian population for potential attacks, or more malicious structure focus on holding, maintaining turf? You see, so these devils, man, they be at each other's throats when you go online. They be at each other's throats, man. And I think I'm done with this article. It's still, like a Boy Scout, be prepared. Pistol, shotgun, pistol caliber, SBR, rifle caliber, SBR, AR-15, AK-47. Hey, Esau's blessing is a sword, man. That's why King David has a prayer: save me from the wicked, which is thy sword. A sword is the instrument of war. A sword is the instrument of war used to take lives, man. In our time, it's a gun, With this, you're prepared for a very wide range of tactical scenarios. Different loadouts for different members of squad will provide flexibility for specific applications of force. See, man, that's what's coming. All right, call law. The blending approach is going to be the most useful and honestly the most effective long term, sustaining a full militia necessity, central supply chains to bureaucratic information dispersion, and heavier level of trust through a bigger number of people, all which will raise the cost. And call law, Yahawah Shem Shai, man. All right, this thing, we're at the end, man. All right, I'll leave the link in the description box. I'm not gonna go into all of it, but you get the point. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 25. And Yahawashi knew their thoughts. Actually, let's get everything. Matthew 12 and 22. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, is not this the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow does not cast out devils by Beelzebub, the prince of devils? And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And such is the case with America, man. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? Yeah, how shall this devil's kingdom stand? Where in his own backyard, his stomping grounds, you got the Democrats going against the Republicans, Antifa versus the veterans, all right, the white on white crime, all right. Hey, that's the times we're living in, man. We're living in a time where the Most High is going to put the curses on you devils, man. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord, Yahawah Shem Yahushua, power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, Yahawah Shem Yahushua is about to fuck you devils up, man. He's going to put the curses upon you, man. All right. Now you're gonna feel what we be feeling, man. You gonna be the new niggas, Democrats and Republicans, man. You're basically like the Bloods and the Crips, you know. This is Isaiah 14 in verse. I'm sorry, I didn't want 14. I wanted 13, and I believe it's verse 14. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. And they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land. So there's gonna be race wars, man. But in the midst of these race wars, the Most High is gonna have you devils have an evil eye against your brother, and you're gonna be killing each other, man. All right, because one's a Democrat, one's a Republican. All right, one's a Satanist, one's a Christian from the Bible Belt. All right, that's the time we're living in, where you Edomites have got to be like a sheep that no man taketh up, and nobody's gonna save you. All right, you don't have any power. Satan works for the Most High. Satan's gonna return back from helping you, man. And you're gonna be left out there, man. You're gonna get ran through. You devils gonna get ran through, man. You devils are ultimately gonna lose the race war. Your blessing, your sword, is not even gonna benefit you, man, because you're gonna be killing each other, taking yourselves out. Matter of fact, the cherry on top is when the Most High overthrow this place like he did Sodom and Gomorrah with nuclear missiles, which will be shot from the Russians, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And guess what? That is happening in Edomite households as we speak, man. From the opioid crisis, they're all dropping dead. They're dying more than they're procreating. All right. You know, that's what's happening. All right. Eventually, we're gonna outbreed you devils, man. All right. Kill the men and take the woman, according to the scriptures. And guess what? That's the righteous indignation of YAHAWAH Shem Shai gone against you devils, man. The people of the Most High's curse. All right. This is the book of Joel chapter 3, verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Egypt shall be a desolate wilderness. Now notice it compared Egypt and Edom, because the modern day Egyptians are these Edomites, man. Because Egypt means the house of bondage. All right, and the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together here in America, man, under the Egyptians, which is the so-called white man, who you think is an angel of light, the damn devil. So the Most High is going to destroy America, just like he did ancient Egypt. He's going to smite Egypt with plagues as before, but he's also going to overthrow this place with fire and brimstone, just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. This time it's going to be with nuclear missiles and from the lasers, the concentrated heat from the chariots, man. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed blood in their land. All right. And with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory be unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, and qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalawam, CHASAAD, peace and mercy unto all of you Akim out there that are part of the hopeful elect. I pray y'all be edified. Shalom.